right, this is Hud Allred with New Wave Fitness, and I'm here with Kyle Fagery from Plano, Texas. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. So Kyle's been our client since what, 2012?
Yeah. Time flies.
Yeah, it does fly. We don't have too much more gray than we did then.
Maybe. We'll see. Cut it short and you'll know.
Well, good, good. So Kyle and Wendy, they both went through our lab-based nutrition program, and I wanted to just go over just kind of your thoughts about the whole process.
Yep.
So tell me, before we went through our lab-based nutrition program, what were you doing from a nutrition standpoint?
Nutrition-wise, just taking a lot of supplements, just vitamins and whatnot, just because we thought we needed to.
Yep.
Not really sure what we're doing, but it's like, yeah, we need to take some probably just to make sure we've got what we need. But
Yep.
nutrition-wise, not necessarily doing anything specific.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Probably eating out more than we should, and not necessarily paying attention. Probably eating too much of certain kinds of things, but not really thinking about it.
Got
to be
it.
honest with you.
Got it. What really helped you make the decision to move forward with the program?
There were a couple things in my background and just in doctor's visits that said things like, your cholesterol is too high, taking blood pressure medication, probably need to lose some weight, things like that. They go like, okay, well, we've been, training and getting, better condition, et cetera. Wasn't necessarily translating into weight loss, still taking the medication, the cholesterol was still high.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, let's do something so that I don't have to worry about that, right?
Exactly.
Looking at my history from my family, I wanted to make sure that I didn't have that problem.
Definitely, definitely. And I think, again, it comes back to, that physiology over the last few years, it still changes,
Yeah.
and it's just like, how do you make the adjustments to your program to stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and go over kind of what we found when we went through your lab-based nutrition program. As Dan went through each of those line item by line item, how did that make you feel?
Well, a couple things. One, it says a lot of information.
Yeah.
And just a ton of stuff that I'd never heard before, to be honest with you. And then when he correlated them to, okay, this means this, and so it started to, the picture started to make sense, right?
Yeah.
The things that I was either feeling or experiencing, they matched up with what the data said,
Yes.
which was, kind of eye-opening. It says, okay, that makes sense. Then sounds like then we'll have a plan to do something about it.
Yes, got it.
It felt good knowing that says there's a reason why it's happening,
Yeah.
and you can do something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really that simple. It's like that you can do something about it.
Exactly. It's not like you're getting this information and say, hey, too bad, you need to
Right.
keep taking this medication to solve this. There's ways around it,
Yeah.
and we can get proactive and,
Yep.
and get optimal. How was your energy and focus, having the clarity of what you needed to do on a daily basis? How much did that improve as a result of having that information and having that action plan built?
Yeah, I mean, just the point about having a plan, right? Having a way to go after whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
At first, the plan itself, a little daunting,
Yeah.
right? You're going like, okay, how hard is this going to be to do for, however many days, weeks, etc. But just knowing that there's a plan, is kind of puts your mind at ease a little bit. So
Yes.
it's like, okay, we have a way to get there. It's not complicated.
Yep.
There's stuff you have to do, but it's not complicated.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's straight to the point.
Yeah.
And yes, there's some adjustments you have to make, but you're willing to make those adjustments because you know why you're doing it.
Yeah.
In the past, somebody just tell you need to do something, the motivation may not be as high because you weren't able to tie that specifically to what's going on inside your physiology.
Yeah, and then we got some indicators, part of the way through the program that said, okay, it worked.
Yeah.
It's working, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing I saw that I was concerned about was cholesterol,
Yep.
right? It dropped by a third. About 2/3 of the way through the program, it had already dropped by a third,
Yep.
which was good. 'Cause that was one of the things we were really worried about, and I could see a tangible result of the plan.
Yes.
And so it's like this is good.
Yeah, yeah. So you're already starting to see those results just with the labs you've taken before,
Yeah.
the next round of labs that we end up doing with lab-based nutrition.
That and the weight coming off, right? It's about 15, 16
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah. You've already dropped
Yeah.
in a short period of time.
Yeah, in 90 days, about 15,
Yeah.
16 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which we're getting back. Like I said, we're getting back down to Plano weight. That's good stuff.
I haven't weighed this in 20 plus years. so,
Yeah, I love it, man. That's great. Well, that's what it's about.
you do have to want to make a difference and make your life better for
Yeah.
longer,
Yeah.
which is really the whole point. That's what Wendy and I were. It's like we want to live a good life longer,
Yes.
right? So you have to be committed to doing that. So, but it's also, you're not guessing, right? I think that's the biggest thing is before you're just taking shots and hoping something works,
Yep.
or your doctor's giving you pills to manage something but not stop it from happening.
Exactly.
So, not having to do those, having a specific plan makes a lot of sense.
Great. Would you recommend somebody to go down this path?
Yeah, I absolutely would, right?
Yeah.
Because the biggest thing, and we've talked about it, is you're not guessing,
Yeah.
right? You know what's going on. You know what things you are deficient in or things that you're doing wrong or that you could do better, and you have a way to do it,
Exactly.
right? Because otherwise, you're guessing, you're having to do a lot of legwork on your own that you're probably not going to understand.
Exactly. And I think that's another good point is, a lot of times you go get this data, but have you ever had a real action plan to turn? And,
Never.
and actually,
Never.
you've never really had the type of data that we collect. Like you
Yeah.
said, you saw things on
I've
there
had cholesterol, I have a couple of other things, but
But
never,
it wa-
never really. It's like, okay, you're in range, that's good.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, and you're in range, and range is a huge
Yeah.
range, So yeah, and I think that's really what this program's about is just getting optimal.
Yeah.
And the only way you get optimal is by knowing what's going on, knowing what to look at, and then having an action plan to go make that, turn those normal ranges into optimal.
Yeah.
And that's what we're striving for here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Kyle. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.